Dickens once said, "It's the best of times, it's the worst of times. It's the age of wisdom and the age of foolishness." You could say in a lot of ways, this is where we are in banking today. We're being challenged by the kinds of challenges we've had for decades. We're also being challenged by things that we don't know much about, for the future that's really undetermined. With a room full of bankers, and where I come from in the United States, a room full of banks, 6,000 plus banks, many of which may not make it. We've moved from a time where it was too big to fail to maybe coming to a time where it may be too small to succeed. We're at a period where data is the foundation of success. If you cannot capture and utilize data for the basics and for the extreme, you will not succeed. The consumer says, know me, look out for me, reward me. They want the kind of service, the type of engagement, the type of caring that they get from an Amazon, a Google, a Facebook. They want you to know them, but not abuse that power. They want value for you knowing them. They want you to take the data that you have and use it well. Many of us are thinking way beyond where we are today. We're trying to say, how can we use big data for the benefit of making a better engagement? However, I could go into most banks, and I have a small business account, I have a personal account, I have a credit card and a mortgage, and if I come in with a complaint about my personal account, you will not realize I have other relationships with the bank. That's unacceptable. That is not what the customer wants. The customer wants to know that you know everything about them. I've had a relationship with one major financial institution in the United States for 14 years. It's almost as if I've had 14 one-year relationships. They don't really know me. They aren't really looking out for me, and they certainly don't reward me. Not by points, but rewarding me by knowing that they're out for my best interest. I want a financial institution that's going to use the GPS of my financial profile to tell me what's going to happen, as opposed to the rearview mirror tell me what I've already done wrong. We have to remember that the digital consumer is no longer simply the millennial. They are actually a person that uses digital technology on an everyday basis. I'm a digital consumer. I'm on my mobile phone, my iPad, my computer all the time. I'm acting very similarly to my son, who's 20 years old, as far as how I transact. My wife, who's 2 years younger than me, does everything the old-fashioned way. We have to know that customer. We have to know how they want to transact. But overall, no matter what the consumer uses from a transaction or a channel basis, there's one thing for sure. They want to make banking simple. They don't want things that take 12 clicks when one click is enough. The digital consumer today is very much like my next-door neighbor, 14-year-old who cuts my lawn, came up to me last year and said, "Mr. Marous, do you accept Venmo? Have you ever used or understand Venmo?" I go, I speak on it. He goes, "Will you pay me this year using Venmo, a P2P transaction, one click?" I said, "Sure." I said, "Why?" He goes, "Because in the past you paid me with either checks or cash. I don't want to go to the bank." This is a whole generation of consumers that say, going to the bank is not what I'm looking forward to. I do want to do my banking. When we look at the transition from current day to the future, we may not be even looking at a phone, a watch, or even eyeglasses. We may be looking at voice. We may be looking at the power of being able to transact simply by talking into a phone or into a device of any sort. Or we may have integration of different types of ecosystems. In this case, we're talking about the possibility of maybe doing payments like they do in Vietnam. This is not a store. It's a digital front. The consumer takes a picture of the barcode on different products. When they get to the stop, their package is already ready for them, and it's already paid for. That's simplicity of life. When we talk about the overall banking ecosystem, when we talk about open banking, we're no longer talking about just banking services. We're talking about the integration of banking services with transportation, with hospitality, with food, with beverage, with e-commerce. Banking is going to be on the rails, be part of another ecosystem unless we take control of the relationship we already have. We know more about our customers than any other organization does. But if we don't take advantage of it, if we don't learn more, if we don't apply it, we're going to be on the outside looking in. At Disney, they have something called a magic band. Whole family can get it, and it pays for things. It opens doors. It gives you an idea of where they are in the park so you can tell a family what they might want to do next. What's interesting is now they have the technology to the point where it's applied to a specific person. So if your daughter or son is 4 or 5 or 6 years old, and they go into a park and they see a talking character, that talking character will call them by name. Now, it may freak out a parent, but on the other hand, what amazing experience for the child. That wow experience. Disney knows their customers. They know what they expect. They expect you to know them, look out for them, and reward them. When we talk about open banking, when I talk about open banking, I'm talking about something well beyond banking. I'm talking about the application of things like voice that will allow you to not just transact and ask questions, but to actually have the device or the digital assistant work on your behalf. Now, this is simply a version, a demo. It's a voice version. I feel like I came late to this crowd. Not only was I third here, but I came after the person that uses visual technology and shows how it can be used with a animation type thing. But imagine this. Imagine instead of you asking Alexa or Siri for information, they start your day like this.
Good morning, Jim. The weather is supposed to be warm with a slight chance of showers, and, wow, the Cleveland Indians won 5-2 last night against the New York Yankees. They are on a winning streak. How about some morning news?
Just my finances, please.
Here is a quick summary for you. The balance in your checking account is $1,547.43. The balance in your savings account has increased and is $8,223.22. The investment portfolio has not changed since yesterday, but 3 of your holdings had some advisor recommendations. Would you like me to send you these by email?
Send them to my personal email address.
Your calendar is pretty open today, but you have a lunch with John Williams at 11:45 a.m. Do you want me to make a lunch reservation for 2 at 11:45 a.m. at Brio Cafe? John loves the food there.
Yes, please.
Looks like John has some updates on LinkedIn, Facebook, and his Twitter accounts. Would you like me to email a summary?
Send it to my text.
How about an Uber car to drive you to lunch with John, so you can arrive at 11 a.m.? It will give you more time to talk.
Yes, please.
I can have an Uber car pick you up at 1:30 p.m. Does this sound good?
Make it 1:15.
I just noticed that we are running low on milk, eggs, grated cheddar cheese, Fruit Loops, and sugar. Would you like me to reorder these items for delivery by 8 p.m. tonight?
Don't reorder the Fruit Loops.
Just a bit of a reminder, your wife said she would like lasagna for dinner tonight. I can order the ingredients and have them delivered at 5:30 p.m. Will this be okay?
Make them 6 o'clock, please.
You love the lasagna recipe you used last time from the Food Network. Do you want me to email it to you?
Yeah, send it to my personal email.
How about a good matching wine with dinner tonight? I can have this delivered also. How does this sound?
Red wine, please.
Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Yes, since it's International Women's Day, could you order some flowers for my wife?
Sounds great. I will order an assortment of tropical flowers your wife likes, in the $40 price range for delivery by 6 p.m. this evening. Is there anything else?
No, that's it.
Have a nice day, Jim. Don't forget the umbrella, just in case it rains. I will confirm our conversation by text message to your phone.
That's the difference between a digital device responding to you and a digital device being a digital assistant or concierge, one that learns over time. Everything I demonstrated in that short demo is available today. All that information could be combined in an open banking platform, ranging from hospitality, where I like to eat. It's already been done in many places. I went to New Orleans last year and I was told by Hilton that they would have an Uber car waiting for me. Uber's never hard to get, but I said, okay, we'll try that. I got in the Uber car and I got texted about 5 minutes of the ride that Hilton just sent their digital card, their key card. They said, you just use this in your door. When it's time to check out, just leave the hotel. We'll take care of it for you. About 5 minutes longer, I got another text from Open Table, a restaurant platform in the United States. And Open Table said, we know you're checking into the Hilton. We have 3 different restaurants that are in the area that are very similar to what you already like. Would you like us to make a reservation for you? Now, those all came out of a Hilton relationship. What they did was make my life easier. This is what we need to do as bankers. If we don't make the life easier, they will find a way to make it easier. The government's falling behind. One of the major banks in the United States has already said, we're looking to beg for forgiveness rather than asking for permission. We're going to be within the guidelines of what the government wants, but we can't keep on going to them. We have to make a decision. Are we going to be the winners or the losers? We can't accept being fast followers, because as bankers, we are good at following. We're not really good at the fast part. I thank you.